Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm Mike DiLisio, and you are tuning in to the DiLisio Factor, a solo playthrough live stream show here on the Dice Tower. And let me get right to the point and put on my old man specs because I want to see all the fantastic things, easy for me to say, that you folks in the chat are saying. Let me know if the audio is okay. I think, I'm still kind of getting used to the whole setup here for this DiLisio Factor show. So, some of the technical things are being worked out. And is my mic on? Audio's kind of low. Let's try this. Let's see if this helps. I just switched. I know there's going to be a little bit of a delay, but let's see if that helps with the sound. And I'll kind of keep an eye. Also, you're going to be hearing some noises in the background, potentially, because we have some electrician work, or electrical work, being done by electricians here. Ah, there we go, much better. Now we're good. So we've got some work, I've heard some drills in the background. I've heard pounding of, I believe, hammers in the background, so don't be alarmed if you hear any of those things. All right, so now we're good. Now it's loud. Now it's too loud, maybe? But maybe you can adjust the volume. Maybe it's because I was so quiet before. All right, so we're going to be playing Mythic, I always do that, Mythic Mischief. So let's go over to the table here, and let's take a look at what we have in front of us. So, Mythic Mischief is a game where you are in a... Am I on cam mic? I'm getting mic questions again. Are we still not getting good sound? All right, well, if I see more questions about sound, I'll mess with that. But I should be coming through the boom mic right now. That's the idea. So this is a magical school, all right? Definitely not a particular magical school. It's just any magical school. Thank you, Bonnie. Sound is great. Okay. I'm going to be playing as the wizards, okay? And so these purple figures on the board are my team, the wizards, and I'm playing against Frankenstein's monsters, which are the green team here, all right? And in the solo game, the way this works is that I'm on detention, right? The wizards are on detention because they've been caught too many times trying to read these magical tomes that they're not allowed to read without supervision. And so we're on detention, but there's another group of students in here, Frankenstein's monsters, who are not just trying to read the books, they're trying to steal the tomes, and that's because apparently they've been enchanted by some force. So what we're trying to do is stop them from stealing the books and also get them caught by the Tomekeeper, which is this big figure here in the center of the board. All right? And I won't go into a whole lot of rules at the beginning of the game because you'll kind of see how the game works as it goes along. But generally speaking, the way it works is that I've got the AI figures were placed in very particular places that were kind of predetermined. This setup is one of many potential setups that you could have. And the cubes, my tomes, were determined by this before lunch card here that tells me where these locations 1, 2, and 3 are and where the tomes begin. All right, I'm going to be taking the first turn, and what I'm trying to do is a couple of different things. The main thing that I'm trying to do is get these students caught by the Tomekeeper. Every time that I'm able to put them in the path of the Tomekeeper, I'm going to get a point. The other thing I'm trying to do is collect these tomes, because these tomes are going to improve my stats over here. So I've got some particular actions that I can do. First of all, I can move, all right? And I can move orthogonally. My starting value is 3. I have 3 movement here. So these little cubes that look like dice are really more like action cubes, all right? They kind of tell you how much strength of a particular action you have. So I can move up to 3 times here at the beginning of the game. I also have a particular ability called Warp, which allows me to switch places with a neighboring figure. And neighboring means completely around you, including diagonally. I also have an ability to shift around these bookcases, which act effectively as walls. Mine is called shift, and what it allows me to do is move a wall in its current orientation if it is adjacent to me one space in either direction. So, for example, this particular mythic that I have here, this wizard, if I used the shift ability, I can move this bookcase either here or here if I wanted to. All right, this one I'd be able to move that away. And then I've got a distract action that right now at the beginning of the game, I don't have any access to that, but what that allows you to do is move the Tomekeeper closer to you by a number of spaces, depending upon what the strength you have, trying to get these other ones caught, okay? Yes, so Bonnie, yeah, these are bookcases, but again, they're effectively walls. I don't know if you can get a better kind of look. There you go. Maybe you can get a better look at them. They're nice plastic pieces, all right? Okay, so I'm going to take the first turn, and so what I do is I've got all of these actions available to me. I've got 3 movement, I've got 1 warp, I've got 1 shift. I also have a teleport that I could spend if I want to move a wizard to any open space, all right? But this basically, if I use it, I have to slot another tome that I get later back into there to have access to it again. There's also an after lunch special that will only be applicable when we get to the after lunch phase of the game, which you'll see, all right? All right, so here we go. First thing that I need to do is I want to get some of these tomes, and I want to make sure that I'm not in the path of the Tomekeeper. In the before lunch phase, the Tomekeeper is going to move 4 spots, as you see right there, and they're always going to move the shortest distance towards the next location. So I happen to place one of my wizards on there, but I'll remove it to show you. So we know that the Tomekeeper, unless I move any walls around, is going to end their movement right here. Oh, actually, they're going to end it here. 1, 2, 3, then they're going to start moving towards that 2. They'll end right there. Unless I move stuff around, I know the Tomekeeper is going to stop right there. All right? If I could have any superpower, what would it be, Bonnie? Any superpower? Flying is good. I like flying. Invisibility, I don't know. That could be... I mean, invisibility could be problematic. Maybe flying. Flying sounds good. All right. So I don't want to be in one of these spaces. I also have to be looking at these cards over here because at the end of the AI's turn, depending upon where I'm at on the board, certain things can trigger here, but I'll leave that to when we get to it, all right? Here's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is a little thing I like to call warp, all right? So I pip that down, I've used it, I've got 1 warp, and I'm going to do a little thing like this. Oh, would you look at that? Now I'm on a spot with a tome. That goes right there. That's my tome. That's mine. All right, now I've got 3 movement. So I think clearly I'm going to move 1. Oops, that's going to go here. I'm going to move right over here to get this. So I've got 2 tomes on my first turn. I don't hate that. I can't get both of them. If I go here and here, I think I'm safe because I'm not. Oh, no, I'm not. If I end here. Oh, no, he would take 1, 2. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. So I'm going to use my last 2 movement, boom and boom, to go here, pick that up, and then go right here. All right? So I took my turn. That was the mythic phase. Then the next thing that's going to happen is the Tomekeeper phase. And we know they're going to move 4 spaces towards their next destination. So 1, 2, 3, they reached the first destination, and now they're going to start going towards destination 2, so 4. They're right there, all right? So I took my turn. The Tomekeeper phase took their turn. If there were any enchanted that had been removed from the board, they would get replaced, but they're not. So now I go to the cleanup phase. All right, so the way the cleanup phase is that any used dice would move to the left if they could. This one was not used, so it does not move to the left. Then you add tomes, and this is how you make your actions more powerful. First thing I know I want to do is I want to give myself access to at least 1 distraction. I think I also want to have more movement, so I will do that. Warp would still, if I move this here, would still only give me 1, maybe I'm going to move even more. I like having a lot of movement options. Okay, so I've slotted those tomes. They're going to be there for the rest of the game now. All right. Now, I also have a boost. All right, so I'm looking here at the cleanup phase. Add tomes, boost action dice. I have a boost of 2. So I think what I might do is, I'm not worried about shifting walls right now. I'm going to boost this up too. All right, and now, once you've done that, you put the dice to where it says here. So this is now 3, this is now 4. I've got 7 movement. This is 1. I've got 1 warp. That stays at... Are we back? Folks, hopefully we're back. I don't know what happened there. The streaming stopped. It said it was an internet issue. Hopefully we are back. I'm going to give it a few moments. Make sure that we get ourselves back here. And we're back, Loopy. We're back. That's fantastic. All right. Yeah, don't know what happened there. Could it be the strange goings-on with the electricians? Maybe. I don't want to blame the electricians, but we certainly had a streaming end for no particular reason. So, hopefully we didn't lose too much. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway. So, I took my turn. The Tomekeeper took their turn, and now the Enchanted are going to take their turn, okay? And so they've got a bit of an order of operations. The first thing that they want to do is they want to get tomes. They want to get their tomes, and there are none of them that start on the board, so they will not do that. The next thing they want to do is they want to move my mythics closer to the Tomekeeper if they can, and they will move up to 3 spots. If they cannot reach me, then instead what they're going to do is they're going to try to move as far away as they can from the Tomekeeper. It makes sense, right? They don't want to be caught by the Tomekeeper. All right? So, first thing, tomes, we don't even have to think about because there are no tomes here on the board. All right? That's not even a factor. Then they're going to look towards my mythics. And they have a order of operations here on the back of the card where you resolve each of them from left to right, bottom to top. All right. So this would be the first one that actually would trigger. If this clutter wasn't here, he would go 1, 2, 3 and try to push me. Well, I'm already as close as I can get, but this counts as 2. To move through a clutter is 2. So it couldn't reach anybody. So this mythic is going to try to move farther away. So let's go, it's going to go, actually, what's further away from here? It wants to get away from him. 1, 2, 3, that's further away. Then this mythic cannot get a tome, can't get to me, so it's going to go here. This mythic is going to try to push me closer to the Tomekeeper. So it did that. All right. So they've all moved. They've done their thing. They didn't get a tome because there were none out here. They didn't bump me into the Tomekeeper yet. So the Tomekeeper phase is going to happen. It's going right here. It's going to take the shortest path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually, I messed up. I messed up big time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's both. And you have to do what's best for the Tomekeepers, for the AI if it's their turn. I misjudged. I should have counted that first. So the Mythkeeper, or the Tomekeeper, is actually going to go this way. It's going to go 1 and bump me out. That gives them a point. 2, now it has 4 movement, so it'll go right there. All right, so they got a point because I misjudged, and that's on me. That's my fault. All right. Then we do I want to make sure I'm not missing out here. Yeah, okay. Tomekeeper phase, Enchanted return, we've done that. All right. So they've done their movement, and now we're going to do what's called the Detention. We're going to reveal the Detention card. All right, so these are the 3 cards that I have to account for. And they all have different little notations on them. If I have, excuse me, I'm gonna drink some water because I keep struggling. That's a tasty beverage. All right, depending on which card gets triggered, particular things might happen to my mythics. First of all, if I'm in any spot with this little eyeball, then I'm caught and they get a point. If I'm in an area that is yellow, that means that I get like tripped up and I fall on my side and I can do any action except move on the next turn. And then those little spots are going to show where their tomes come out on their turn. All right. This card is the most likely to trigger, then this one, and then this one, just based on the way they have it distributed. Sean asked, is that right? Sean asked, would I consider the mistake a DiLisio blunder? No, because I don't think that it's going to lose me the game. All right, I'm pretty confident that I can still figure something out here. All right, we'll see. We'll find out. All right, so let's reveal the Detention card and see which ones of these trigger. Boom. The leftmost card is going to be the one that triggers, all right? And so I don't have any mythics in the central area, so they don't get caught. This mythic does follow, gets knocked on its side, and is not going to be able to move on their next turn, although I'm not terribly concerned about that. And then we're going to put out cubes, tomes, for the mythics here and here. These move to the left, and this card slots in to the right, okay? And then this just gets discarded. I'll put it face down, face up at the bottom, all right? So that's kind of how this works. So now this particular mythic, I'm not gonna be able to move with, but that's all right. Okay, so it's back to my turn, right? Yeah, mythic may not move, got it. All right, so at the beginning of my turn, I believe is when I'm gonna be bringing back my, place any of your previously caught mythics. So I can go onto any of these spaces that are circles here as kind of like my starting area. I don't hate starting right here because I'm closer to that tome there. All right, so I'm going to start right there. All right, back to me, back to me. All right, what else did we have here? I'm make sure I catch up. Yeah. That was the internet out. Chris Yee. Let's put this up here. If I was too trepidatious to mention it, yeah, the electrical work. So Chris confirmed that is what happened. All right. Fantastic. Hey, it's back to me, folks. All right, here we go. Here we go. I really need to get these mythics into the path of this Tomekeeper, and I think I can easily get one of them there. If I move here and then swap with one of these two, clearly it's going to get caught. I think what's great is that 2 of them will get caught on the next turn because it'll go 1, 2, and then it's going to go that way towards that next spot. So here's what I'm going to do because this is how I roll. I definitely want him to be in that spot, but then I've got to go through them. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to move here. I don't want to get trapped in that corner. So that was a 4. This is going to a 3. That's going to a 3. All right, I'm moving here. I don't pick up their tome. I'm going to swap. Now, I'm basically giving them a point because they're going to... Oh, no, they're going to get caught first, I think. All right, so now I warp. I'm calling it a swap, but it's a warp. All right. Oh, man. I'm going to end up getting stuck there. That's fine. So I warp. This goes here, this goes here. Oh no, I'm going to do that. Then I want to get that. So let's move 1, 2. Puts me down to 1 here. All right, so I get that. I could. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to distract, which means I choose one of my mythics and bring the Tomekeeper closer to them. So I'm going to just use this one to distract. Boom. That's a point for your pal Mike DiLisio. I could... watch this. This is going to be fun. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I am going to shift this wall. Or do I want to do that? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I shift this wall. Like that. All right. Then, if I move... Oh, man. I was trying to get him to distract into that. He'll actually go towards him anyway on the next turn. I don't know that it really matters. So I might just use my... Because if I distract him now, it would just move the Tomekeeper here, which I don't really want, actually. So let's just get out of dodge. Let's move 4 spots. I don't love him up there because he's going to move him closer to the Tomekeeper. So 1, 2, 3... I'll move, oh boy, I don't love that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I kind of messed myself up here. I think I'm going to get caught again. Because he's going to move. No, because the Tomekeeper is going to get him out of there. Okay, that's fine. Let's just move him. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll move him there. And that uses up all of my movement. We'll find out here in a moment how good I did. All right, he can come back up because he didn't move. All right, so that was my turn. I could distract one more. Again, I don't know that it makes a whole lot of sense for me to distract right now. All right, so I took my turn. Now we're going to do the Tomekeeper phase and then the Enchanted Return. So it's going to go here for 1. It reached that location. Now it's going to go towards here, and it has 3 more movement. 2, bam, that's another one for me. 3, oh, I could have distracted them into there. That's what I should have done. No, I would have distracted 3, 4. I got it backwards. Okay, so that's good. Tomekeeper did its thing. Then we do the Enchanted Return. So they're going to come back on the board now. And we're going to use this card to figure out how they come back. All right. I'm going to roll this dice. And first thing we're going to look at is the green and try to place them there. If they can't go to the green, then they go to the blue. So the first one, I rolled a 4. So green 4 puts one of them right here. All right. Now we'll do the next one. And it's a green 5. The next one's going to go right there. All right. So we did that. Tomekeeper phase, Enchanted Return. Now I do the cleanup phase where I used a distract. So I think I'm going to end up putting this, and I used that. So I'm going to put this right here. All right. And then I get a boost of 2. Do I want a couple of warps? I kind of like having those warps. So let's boost 2 here. All right, so this comes back to a 4. This is to a 3. This is to a 2. This is to a 1. And this is to a 1 because I used that. All right. That's that. I cleaned up. Now it's the Enchanted's turn. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So we start with this one. 1, 2, 3. They can move and get that. So that's what they're going to do. 1, 2, 3. They pick up that. They get a point. Now this one, they cannot reach that tome. They can reach this mythic, so this wizard, so they will do that. 1, 2, 3, move me 1 closer to the Tomekeeper. This Tomekeeper cannot get to that. It cannot get to me. 1, 2, 3. It would be farther away, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3. Now it's farther away from the Tomekeeper. All right, so they did their actions. All right, so that's that. And then they move towards that, and they move that. And then we have the Tomekeeper phase, which is going to be triggering the after lunch here. So it's going to go 1, and then it'll go towards the center. 2, 3, 4. All right. Boom. So first half of the game actually is right there. Look at all the points I haven't scored because I've done terribly at putting them in the path of the Tomekeeper. So what triggers the end game, you might ask? Well, the first team to get to 10 points, either the wizards or the monsters, or whoever has the most points at the end of the after lunch, which is going to be basically when the Tomekeeper gets to all 3 of these locations. So let me just look through here, make sure I'm not missing anything when we get to the after lunch. Okay, once they've reached the 3rd destination, they'll use their remaining movement to move towards the crest at the center of the board, which we did that. All right, first, remove any uncollected tomes from the library board. All right, done. Flip the before lunch card face down. Done. And flip the after lunch card face up. Done. All right, now, one thing we know is that the Tomekeeper is going to be moving 1 less now. All right. Add new tomes to the library board as shown on the after lunch card. All right, so I wonder, I'm trying to remember if, yes, enchanted tomes are not removed. Okay, we got that. It does not say specifically in the solo mode whether I put, oh, I actually have to do this too. I skipped something. All right, let me put that was there. Let me just make sure. So, because we have to activate their detention card first, because that could do something, right? Yes, I skipped a step. Here we go. Let's activate this detention card. This is going to be the one. Yeah, see, this is important for them. They're caught. I should have been aware of that. All right, so this mythic was caught, which gives them a point. This myth, nobody there. I could put a tome there, but it doesn't make any sense because it's just going to get removed. All right. So this triggered, gave them a point. So I'm glad I remembered that now because I'm trying not to cheat. No massive asterisk, Michael, because I caught it. I caught it in time. All right. So they're now at 3. I'm at 2. All right. So then they did all that stuff. That was good. All right. Okay. Yeah, we did that. All right. We remove this. Now the only thing that I'm wondering is, do I put their tomes out on the board as well? Because at the beginning of the game, I did not. So this is something I'm not going to put their tomes out because, just like I said, at the beginning of the game, I don't put their tomes out. So, yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's put out the new locations. So location 1 here for after lunch is here. Location 2 is right here. Location 3 is right here. All right, and it's now moving 3 spots instead of 4. My tomes are going to be here and here and here. Okay, got that. Yeah. Now it's my turn. I also now have an after lunch special ability that I can use on my turn, which is once per turn, place a portal under a wizard, and they act as adjacent spaces for movement. All right, so first thing I need to do is bring him back, or her, I think. Did I luck out into getting a space that puts me right on top of a tome? I did not. I could put it here, I could put it over here. I think I'm gonna put it over here. Or right here. Does that matter? Doesn't matter. All right, they're both 2 away from this tome. All right, so here we go. I've got 7 movement now. 7 movement. And I know that the Tomekeeper needs to get here in 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the quickest route right now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know it's heading in this direction. So I don't want this wizard to be there for too long. All right. All right. First thing I want to do is this. I'm going to shift a wall first. All right. I'm going to shift this wall this way because I want access to that. So let's move 2 spots, pick up that tome. 1, 2. I really 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I want to warp with this creature because 1, 2, 3 would let that one get run into. That would be a point for me. So let's do that first. Let's warp once. So now they're in the path of the Tomekeeper. Is there... Oh, yeah. I'm going to do this too. Yes, baby. Boom. Move one here. I'm gonna warp one more time. Oh, yeah. You're both getting got. That's that. And then I can move here to get that tome. 1, 2. I can move through them. I just can't end in that spot. I don't want to stay there, that's for sure. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to teleport to any open space. Let's teleport here. That gets me that. Am I okay with that? I could distract right now and just go ahead and catch that. Because then 1, 2... Yeah, let's do that. Let's distract with this wizard, pulling the Tomekeeper closer. Boom. That's a point right now for your wizard pals. It's still going to go 1, 2, so that's okay. I like that. Do I want to use my last 2 movement? Because they can't reach me. Although if they come back somewhere close, they can reach me and move me towards them. I think I might just stay here with what I've got right here. All right, so I took my turn. Now we're going to do the Tomekeeper phase. They're going to move 3 towards this location. 1, 2 gets me another. Bam. It will not move here because this is a clutter space, and it would take 2 to move into it, so it'll just stop there for the time being. All right. Potato Stew buying the game just for the sound effects. Yeah, I probably should record some of these sound effects and, make those available. All right, so I've moved the Tomekeeper. Now it's the cleanup phase for me. My turn. Tomekeeper phase and Enchanted return before I do the cleanup phase. All right, so these Enchanted are going to return. Let's get them back on the board. First one is a green 1. They cannot go there. It would then be a blue 1, which is right here. Roll for the second one. It's a green 3 right over there. All right, and again, I'm using this card to do that. All right. All right, that's true, Bonnie. I am getting... Oh, am I back on the wrong... No, I think this is the right... I believe this is the right mic. Okay. All right. So now I do my cleanup. And my cleanup is... Let's do it in order. Slide used action dice to the left. Add any tomes. So I've got 3 tomes now. Do I want to put one back into teleport? Maybe I do. But I also feel like I want to put one more in distract. I like having a lot of movement, but I also like having warp. So I think I want to have a lot of warp abilities. So here's what I'm doing. And now I've got a boost of 2. I can boost the same 1, 2, or I can do 1 and 1. So let's bump this here. And let's bump this here. All right. And now we get the new amounts. So this is at a 2. This is at a 1. This is at a 2. This is at a 3 and a 5. All right. So I'll have 8 movement, 2 warps, a shift, and 2 distract. Now I did give up my teleport. Oh, and I could have placed one of these portals, but I forgot. So that's aight. All right. That was my turn. Now it's the Enchanted's turn. All right. And they are going to... Yes, they're going to try. There are no tomes on the board for them, so they're going to try to move me into the path of the Tomekeeper if they can. So first one that would trigger would be this one. 1, 2, 3, move me closer. 1, move me closer. This one cannot reach anybody, so it's going to stay there because it's already as far away as it can get from the Tomekeeper. All right? So they took their turn, and now we're going to do the Detention card, right? Oh, see, I might have got myself got here again. If either, oh man, see, this is why Mike needed to move. You see, I had that extra movement that was just sitting there. If I'd have been paying attention, I'd realize that 2 out of 3 of these cards would get them got. That's bad play on Mike DiLisio's part. That's a DiLisio blunder. That could lose me the game. Terrible. I'm ashamed of myself. All I had to do was use one of my unused movement to move right there, and I saved myself the ability. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to retcon it because this is live. And that's what, I'm going to take the consequences that are dealt to me. I'm going to take personal accountability for my actions or inactions, as the case may be. All right, here we go. Bam, Detention, and oh! My recklessness did not get me this time because it's the rightmost card that's triggering. I really lucked out there. I don't have any of my people up there. Don't have any down here. I lucked out. So we're going to place a tome for them here. We're going to place a tome for them here. Wow, did I dodge it. I really dodged it there. All right. Got very, very lucky. I do need to be paying much more attention to that. All right. If it wasn't live, would I take it back, Tommy? I don't know. Probably not. I usually don't like to do that stuff. Even something like here where it's like, oh, clearly I had the extra movement. But you know what? No, I had the extra movement, but I didn't catch it. It's something that I clearly should have paid attention to, and I didn't. So I would probably tend to just keep it and, deal with whatever may be. All right. Here we go. I know the Tomekeeper is going to go 1, 2, 3. They're going to end their movement here. If there's any way that I could get one of them there, I would do it. I don't know that there's any way I could. I'm not sure there's any way that I could. So I just need to start kind of getting them closer to where I think they're going to end up being. Because I know the Tomekeeper, although I could use a distract. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to do that probably. Yes. Okay. Watch this. I move 1, so this goes to a 4. I move here. Okay? Then I'm going to do a warp. Bam. Then I want to distract the Tomekeeper towards me here, so I distract 1. There we go. 1 more point for me. Do I swap there? I only have 1 more distract, so I don't know if that does me a lot of good. I've got a lot of movement. I don't want to be here for sure. I kind of don't want to be up there either because I don't want to get caught. So I'm going to move this wizard for sure. These 2 wizards are fine where they are. So I probably will leave them be, but I will definitely move this wizard out of here. I have no more tomes that I'm going to be able to collect, so I don't even need to think about that. So let's see if I can maneuver them a little closer. So let's probably shift or warp. Yeah, I'll switch spots. Am I okay if I go up here? I think I'm okay with all of these. Yeah, so I do that. I'm going to move that wizard for sure because I don't want them to stay in this spot. So I might move it right there. So I can go 2 more or 3 more. Oh, that's a clutter. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to stay where I'm at because now I'm finally paying attention to these cards. None of these are going to hurt me in any way. All right. All right. Wouldn't AP too long if you were paying attention to everything? Yeah, maybe. It's potential. All right. So I took my turns. Yes. Now we're going to do the Tomekeeper phase. I want to make sure there's no other thing I want to do. Do I want to distract? I don't think I want to distract. I don't want to move the Tomekeeper further because I've got a lead. I don't mind if the game ends with me in the lead. I want that to be the case. All right, so I've done my thing. Now the Tomekeeper is going to move 3 spots getting to here. 1, 2, 3 is the way it's going to go. 1, 2, 3. So it reached destination 1. Now it's going that way. And I'll kind of negotiate that in a moment. All right, so Tomekeeper phase, Enchanted return. There we go. Where are they going to come back? This is a green 3, which would be there, but that is not possible. Blue 3, which would be there, but it's not possible. I'm going to roll it again. Green 4 is right here. Boop. There's another sound effect for you. That one's free. All right, now we do cleanup phase. And so I have no more to slot used. Come all the way to the left. Did I use my distract? I think I did use my distract. I did. And now I've got a boost. Do I want to have 3 warps? I really like having those warps, but I'm going to distract. I'm going to bump up my distract. Boom, boom. All right, so now this stays at 3. This goes to 4. This one goes to 2. And this is at 3. I got 3 big distract here. All right, now we're taking the Enchanted's turn, and we go from bottom left to right. So clearly it's going to go right here and collect that tome. That's a point for them. That's not ideal for me. Then this one here, is that putting me closer to them? It is, so it's going to go boom. This 1, 2 will put me closer right there. All right, so that was their Enchanted turn. Now we are going to do the Detention card. Oh, could they have messed me up where they moved me? No, they didn't, thankfully. All right, here we go. The Detention card. The leftmost card is going to trigger. All right, none of my mythics are here. None of mine are here. We're going to put one of their tomes right there. And we're going to put one of their tomes right where they are. That is terrible. If I keep them there, they're going to pick that up at the beginning of their next turn, which is a point for them. So I want to get them out of there. All right. Here we go. Back to your boy DiLisio. Let's get some water. I need to have a fully hydrated larynx. All right. I don't think that's how science works. I should use these after school specials a little bit more. All right, here we go. What am I going to do? I know that the Tomekeeper is going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's got to be the fastest way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so 1, 2, 3. It's going to end up right here. So I can definitely get 1 point out of this, for sure. So let's do that. Let's maneuver, and I definitely want to get them out of there, because I'd like to get them away from that. Yes. Let's see if this works. This might be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to move 2. 1, 2. I'm going to shift this wall, I think, that way. Let's see what happens if I do that. I shift the wall like that. Okay? Then, I'd love to get both of them on this turn. I can easily get this one right there, but I'd love to get that one too, and I think I still can. So, we're going to warp to do this. Oops, and I just spun around. Do you see that? And I'm knocking over bookcases. It's a complete catastrophe. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Is there any way to get that one? I think there might be. Yes. All right, if I distract right now with this, they ignore the clutter. I could distract again and get them right away. Let's do that. Boom. That's a point. I could get over here and get them again, because I've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves me with 1. And let's use my last distract to use this one. Bam! You got. 7 points, baby! All right, is there a way I can keep him from getting that one? Because that's a point for them. I might be able to. Can I do it? I've only got 1 warp and 1 move, so I don't know that I can actually. If I had another, yeah, oh. No, because even if I move here and switch with him, he can still go 1, 2, 3 and get there. I really would, oh, and he could go there too. Yeah, so I don't think, but let's look over here now. Let's not ignore these like I've done in the past. I can't keep him here. Yes, or her. So let's move, because I almost made the same mistake. Oh, I can't. That's a clutter. So I'm taking a risk here. If this card triggers, which is more likely to than these two, then they're going to get got. But I'm willing to take that point loss because I got 2 points out of going here and distracting. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, I probably will just take that risk because there's really not anything I can do about it. So they may get got. They're okay. They're okay for both of those. I will move this one because if this one triggers, then they're going to get knocked over. So let's just do that. Let's move this one right here. All right. Woo! That was it. That was big. That was big time right there. I got the 7 points. Let's see. Let's see what happens now. So that was my turn. Now we're going to do the Tomekeeper phase. And now it's going this way 3. And I might have messed myself up. They're going to get caught anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so they're going to get me. So that's all right. I put myself right in the line of damaged. Tomekeeper phase, then Enchanted return. Okay, so 1, 2. I got myself got right there. They get a point for that. Yeah, that may not have been worth it for me. Okay. Tomekeeper phase and Enchanted return. So they're going to come back. This is a green 3 right there. And a green 2 is right there. And that's not ideal for me. Yeah. They're going to have a good turn, folks. Are you meant, just wondering, are you meant to take off the 1, 2, 3? Oh, I don't know if you are or not supposed to take these off after they reach them. I do it just because it helps me kind of know where we're at. I don't know. That's just for me. I don't think it matters one way or the other. All right, so Tomekeeper phase, Enchanted return, cleanup phase. Now I do the cleanup phase here. All right. So I can boost. This was used. I might do the same thing again, but I do like having an extra warp. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go 1 and 1. All right, so now we're at 7 here, and we're at 2 here, and we're at 1 here, and we're at 2 here. All right, and I have not used my portals at all. Shockingly bad. All right, cleanup phase. All right. Now it's the Enchanted turn. They are going to be going right here. Boom, they get a point for that. Yeah, this is terrible for me. Then they're going to go boom, boom. Another point for them. And then this, 1, 2, can't get to me. 1, 2, 3, can't get. But it wants to get farther away from them. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, Mike. Not a great turn for you. All right, here we go. Now we're going to do the Detention card. And it's this one that triggers. Good here, good here. We're going to put out a couple of tomes. There. And there. I feel like I need to kind of make a big move here because they are setting themselves up well to pick up these tomes. And it's going to go 1, 2, and then 3 towards that spot. So I really need to get them back. All right. So first things first, I need to figure out where I'm bringing mine back. So this is not great because look how far away they are. They're so far away from the Tomekeeper. They're going to go 1, 2, 3. Any way I can get them into one of those spots, it's very unlikely. I've got how many warps? I've got 2 warps. I I might be able to do it if I put one here. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if I can at least get a point out of this. I don't think there's any way I can get too many points, and they're going to end up just scooping all these up, which really stinks. All right, so here we go. First thing I feel like I need to do is to kind of maneuver so I can get one here, if I can do that. So let's move one. So that's 3 now. I move here. Now I'm going to do a warp. Now I'm going to do another warp. Then I want to do some distraction, probably. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get enough, though. I don't think I'm going to be able to get enough because I need to get it over 1, 2. I only have 2 distract. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for me to get that. Darn it. Don't think I have a chance to get another one over there. That is very disappointing because they're going to go 1, 2, 3. I just don't see any way to get them there. I could I? I really want to, because this is the one I was most worried about because they're going to just scoop up that point at the beginning of their turn. I feel like I need to keep them away from there. So maybe, is there any way I can do that? Can I keep them from this one, from this tome? I don't know that I can. If I had a wall here, I could shift it up there, but I don't. I've only got 1 shift. Oy. This is not looking good. This is not looking good for me. I also have to keep in mind this stuff. I need to stay out of those, and I need to stay out of the center area. All right. Distract. Let's go ahead and distract. I can get it closer. All right. We'll distract once with this one. It's going to ignore the clutter for that, which means it has reached that spot. Oh, no, I will get this one because now it's moving there. Okay, that's good. Yes, okay. Then I will distract again, go here, because it will definitely go this way because it has to get over here. So so not as terrible as I had feared. They're still going to end up getting that tome for sure. I still have a lot of movement, but I don't know that I want to move too much, although I probably do want to get out of here. Yeah. Let's move this one away. I have 6 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That moves me, that'll keep me to 1 here. And that'll be down to nothing. All right, I think that that's probably the best I can do on this turn. Do I move this further away? Let's see. 1, it's going over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to go this way. So I do need to move this one for sure. All right. Okay, so I'm bunched up in this. But Mike, in the Tomekeeper phase where you got caught, they didn't get a point. You would lose one since you were there. Ah. So I think that effectively they would have 1 less and I would have 1 less. Is that right? In the Tomekeeper phase, you got caught. They didn't get a point. You would lose 1. All right, so I think essentially it would be just down 1. I would lose 1, they would gain 1. Or they would lose 1, I would, yeah. They didn't get a point and I would lose a point. Okay, so I think it works like that. We can retro it if we need to. You can move through green. Yes, I believe. I believe you can move through. You just can't end, yeah. All right, so now it is Tomekeeper turn. 1, boom. I am the active player, so I get a point for that. 2, 3. All right? Hopefully that is correct. All right, so that was my turn. Tomekeeper phase, the Enchanted are going to return. 6, 6. All right. Oh, 6, 6, yeah, but I just got 1. All right, good. Boom. Green 1, they cannot come to. Blue 1, they can come to. Right there. All right. This is getting close, folks. This is tight. All right, now I do the cleanup phase. I've got a couple of boosts I can deal with. I'm gonna go, oh, first of all, these slide over. They were used. All right. Do I just boost the distract again? I probably boost the distract. All right, so this goes back to 3, 1, this stays at 2, and this goes back to 7. All right, I don't know. I'm not sure how this one's going to play out, folks. We're going to find out. All right, that was my turn. Now we go to the enchanted turn. All right, we start with this one. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it'll probably go to this one because that way they can both get one. And you need to do what's best for them. 1, 2, 3. They get that tome, they get a point. Technically, it would be this one that would go 1, 2. Get that one, gets them a point. And then this one can't get to me, can't get to a tome, but can get further away from him. 1, 2, 3. All right, I believe I did that correct. All right. So that was the Enchanted's turn. Now we're going to do, oh, I'm going to get got here. Yeah. Now the Enchanted turn, right? Because, or the Tomekeeper's turn. Yeah. Why did I put myself right in the path there? Because I wasn't smart. But that's going to end the game. 1, 2, 3. They're going to win! Oh, man. Yeah, they're going to win. All right. Because they're going to move 3. All right. 1, they got me. It's their turn, so I lose a point. 2, 3, and that ends the game, if I am correct, at 8 to 6. 8 to 6. Oh, man. Well, look. I never claimed to be good at games, and I didn't use my portals at all. What a shocking waste of resources for my wizards. Did not use my portals. The funny thing is this, I actually am okay at this game solo. I usually do much better than I did today, but look, I'm going to blame it on a number of things. I'm going to blame it on electricians, rogue electricians running through the building. That clearly was a problem. The random ending of the stream, that shook me. I was shook. I was distracted. I was frightened and confused. And that clearly played into my strategic blunders. But anyway, what's more important is that hopefully you got a chance to kind of see how this game works out solo. Hopefully you had a little bit of fun. Is it 9 to 7 even? I don't know. Whatever. I lost. That's the bottom line, is I lost. So, yeah, this is one that we have not done the review yet, so it's upcoming. I won't talk too much about it, my thoughts on the game, until that review. But hopefully you got a sense for how the game plays. Multiplayer game is relatively similar, actually. Not a whole lot of difference. You don't have the detention cards that you saw over there on the table. It's basically mostly a head-to-head. You can play in teams, and you can have any configuration of 1 to 4, and I think even you can have like a tournament mode with 2 boards going at the same time. But this was just the basic solo game. All right, well. Everybody, it was a joy, it was a blast. Even losing, there was fun in defeat. And thank you so much, as always, for your fantastic comments and your interaction in the live chat. It is a lot of fun. That's going to do it for me. This is Mike DiLisio, signing off from not only the DiLisio Factor, but for the Dice Tower for now. But stick around, folks, because later on today at 2 p.m., we've got crowd surfing, so the live streams are not over. You're going to want to catch that one. It's always a lot of fun to be had in the crowd surfing show. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you soon.